It is Pistons game day once again, baby.
Let's do this one more time.
I'm with it.
It's the Woodward Sports Network. My name is Stick. To my right,
Corey.
and to my left,
Joey.
And we got a very special Alex today. He is working on producer Mike and producer Cam. So we're getting into the Pistons pregame today. Obviously, the last game, they got to overcome that. I mean,
Last two games.
The last two games, but the last game specifically, the Pistons are 0-2 right now. The Hawks are 2-0. So going into this game on paper, it doesn't look like the Pistons have much of a chance. Do you think that the Pistons are going to be able to bounce back over that double overtime loss at LCA?
I mean, here's the thing to that. It was all our fault. So it's not like there's anything that we can say. I mean, we didn't score from 2:15 left in the first overtime until 2:16 left in the second overtime.
It's tough to win ball games like
There's
that.
no excuses. I mean, we started it out on fire, even in the first overtime, and then we just let it get past us once again.
That's been excruciating. Corey, I know you were watching the game.
It was, I mean, Saturday was a bad day.
It was
Saturday
tough.
was a bad day. It was really difficult to watch because, once again, the Pistons blew another lead, and it just came down to just composure. They did not look composed in the final moments of the game, man. I'm gonna be honest. I'm scared of Trae Young.
I am scared
I mean,
of Trae Young.
everybody's scared of Trae Young, especially right now with the way he's been performing.
Right. But what we saw of the Pistons last game is exactly what we expected to see out of the Pistons going into this season is young. They're young. They're growing. They're learning. You can see the talents there because they dominated the first three quarters of both of their first two games. It's just when it gets down to crunch time, the pressure builds. We got a bunch of young guys, and they're not really stepping up to the occasion, but it's only game two. They're going to get there by the end of the season, I feel.
And what's so interesting is when to speak on that, the guys not stepping up in the crucial moments. In the first game, we saw the young guys were not doing their job. But in the second game, it was the vets who blew it down the stretch.
Yeah, do you think Killian Hayes should have gotten more time down the stretch with Derrick Rose now? Knowing what we know with Derrick Rose and those turnovers, do you give Killian Hayes those minutes?
I think we have to. We have to. I mean, especially when you look at it, two games where we kept Killian out to end the game.
Right.
And I mean, you have him as the starting point guard for a reason. If we're gonna lose, let him take his bumps. Let him learn on the court.
Right.
He's only going to be able to learn from those moments by what? Being on the court in those moments.
Casey had a good quote, though. He said, listen, this is the second game of the season. This is where we are right now. You know, Killian did not play great early in the game, and he didn't want to put him in the position to ruin his confidence later in the game, which I understand. And he said, if we're doing this at the end of the season, then it's on me. So that goes to tell me that Killian Hayes will get those late minutes in the games. It's just not happening right now for him.
The thing is that it's him making really big, costly turnovers and mistakes that are probably leading Coach Casey into this thought process.
Right, but
so
I mean,
I get it, but then at the same time, mistakes are still happening elsewhere.
I was going to say, Derrick Rose turned the ball over to Andre Drummond.
Derrick, not once,
Twice.
So, I mean, and at that moment,
Andre, you're right.
At that moment, I would have been like, all right, let's take at least, maybe not take Derrick out for the game, but just take him out for like about maybe a minute or two. Let Killian get on the court, and then, all right, Derrick, have a conversation with Derrick, and then put him back on the court.
But that's kind of the tough thing, because if you do put him back out there and he falls flat on his face, and it's like, why are you putting Killian in? You know, it's crunch time. So as a coach, you're damned if you do and damned if you don't if you lose. But if you win, you look like the smartest guy on the planet.
So hindsight is always 20/20.
Always 20/20, especially when you have a young team like we have now.
You know, my favorite, though, watching that last game was Corey's been always saying, Blake Griffin, stop shooting so many threes. Am I right?
Yep.
You're right.
Yep.
Then he goes lights out, 6 for 8 from three-pointers in just the first half. But then the second half,
And 0 for 8 in the second half.
I'll take that though. 8 for 16, I'm taking that.
And that's what I was getting at. If he's on fire, cool. But after a while, when you saw it wasn't falling, don't keep on shooting.
Right.
For all of us.
6 for 8, that's a miracle in itself. So just be accepting.
And that's the thing, it's the law of averages. Like, it was eventually going to come back to earth.
He had his Jordan Shrug game.
Yeah, and it was great, but it was just in the first half. So we're looking for Blake. We're going to be looking for him tonight, but he's not going to be on the court.
We're going to be without all of our stars tonight.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, the injury report for this game, and they're not even injuries, a lot of these, they're just resting people, right, Corey?
Yeah, so for they're flubbing with the system, the verbiage a little bit. So Derrick Rose is going to be out tonight for rest. And Blake Griffin's going to be out for, they said, knee management. So I'm guessing they're going to be...
Knee management. That's a new one
knee maintenance.
Knee maintenance.
All right. So,
does that scare you, only being 2 games into the season and he's already taken time off?
Yes and no. Yes, because... Here we go again. He started... He looked great to start the couple of games last year, and then boom, out for the rest of the season with knee injury. But on the flip side, I just seen that Kevin Durant and Kyrie Irving are resting tonight. So if and then I've seen a few other players taking rest off. So if he's just trying to get his legs up under him, they don't want to put too much on him to begin the season.
If KD says it's good, it's good with me, man. It's good with me. If KD says so, I'm good with it because I love KD. And I wish he was a Piston.
Yeah, we all do. But Jaleel,
I feel like there's going to be a lot more resting this season because with COVID, the schedule is so condensed. And it's not going to be just the Pistons and Griffin and Rose. Like you said, Durant's resting, I think, tonight. There's going to be a lot of resting, especially from veterans like LeBron and others.
Yeah, well, the Pistons have 3 games in 4 nights. So if you are going to rest them, this is the second game. You take this game to rest.
Right. We got another game tomorrow. So it's like, if you rest up today, you better play tomorrow at least.
Yeah, if they start going on weeks of rest, then I'm going to be worried.
And man, that's going to be a tough test for the backcourt because you got ice cold Trae tonight, and then you got Chef Curry tomorrow.
Yeah, that's going to be tough. But let's run through the injury report. You got Blake, he's out with rest. Derrick Rose is out with rest. Jahlil Okafor, he's got an ankle, he's questionable. And our boy Sekou, who I just want to watch Sekou get 30 minutes a game, please. He's questionable with a foot injury.
Yeah, Coach Casey spoke yesterday to the media, and Sekou rolled his ankle on Saturday's game, and I've seen a lot of guys roll their ankle more than normal over the past couple of games. LeBron, he's a freak. He rolled his ankle and got back to it. But a couple of other guys, they were just like out for the count for a second.
It's amazing that doesn't happen more in the NBA. I mean, the amount of times these guys jump up and could potentially land on somebody's foot.
Yeah, but they're built differently, though.
I know, but it just amazes me that there aren't 15 rolled ankles a game.
Mm-hmm.
And you never know. It could be. Some guys just might be built different.
Yeah.
Their bodies are so strong that they can handle more than what we can handle.
Oh, that's for sure.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. They definitely train, which I do not do.
Yeah.
So we're looking at the starting lineups for the game today, and there really isn't a sexy matchup besides the point guard matchup, right?
If you name, that's a
little outnumbered.
It's definitely
a
lopsided.
If you look at it, we always talk about we like looking at numbers.
Right.
You see Killian averaging 5 points per game.
Through 2 games, though. I mean, what such a small sample size.
Numbers is numbers.
Numbers are numbers, yeah.
He's balling out tonight. Watch 30 points out of Killian tonight.
So Killian's averaging 5 points a game, 31% field goal percentage, 20% from 3, and he's going up against Trae Young, who, you guys want to guess what he's averaging so far on the season?
I already know.
Oh, okay, never mind. What's he averaging?
36.5 points per game and 8 dimes.
That's only like 31 more than Killian.
Only
like 31 more than Killian.
Honestly, when you put it that way, it's not so bad.
Right, and obviously when you look at this matchup on paper, it is definitely a mismatch. But from a Pistons fan perspective, I'm looking at my future versus against one of the top point guards in the NBA. I want him to get this run.
I really do, because these next 2 nights, we're going to see what he's made of on the defensive side of the ball. There were some questions about Killian's defense coming into the league.
Well, Euros, it's soft defense. I mean,
hey, he's about to get his welcome to the league tonight.
Yeah.
For real.
Can't take it soft against Trae.
Oh, you lay off Trae Young at half court, he's jacking it up and draining it in your grill.
Going for 50.
Yeah, honestly, like when the LCA opened, I went to the very first Piston game there, and it was against the Hawks. And the Pistons were looking good through the first couple quarters, but then Trae Young just got fire, and he was hitting them from half court, he was hitting them from the bench, he was hitting them from the McDonald's down the street. Like, he was just shooting all over the gym.
As me and you talked about earlier, Stick, him and Curry, like I said, they got to face them back to back. Those are the only 2 guys who should really have a green light at any point on the court.
Right.
And it's kind of scary that as soon as he comes across half court, Trae's money. So tonight's I'm worried. I'm worried. I'm sorry.
The one thing that will give me hope about this, though, is you remember when Trae Young came out of college and everybody thought he wasn't going to be a good NBA player. Yep. His first season, he really didn't set the world on fire till the second half of the season. He started to show some progress. So let's kind of use Trae Young as how we should judge Killian.
I'm with that. And also, too, like you said, he's a Euro. The game is going to be a little bit different.
Game has changed.
The game has changed. And I'm just really curious to see how going along the whole season with Derrick Rose as his mentor is going to increase his game. And I just really want him to go ahead and just be more aggressive. I'm cool with Killian taking the threes. He has not made as many as I would like, but I'm not mad at his pulls. They look like good shots. But when he's going to the rim, I love it. I believe he's a really good finisher at the rim, and I want to see more of it.
Yeah, you saw that Euro step a couple times last game. The weird angle to over here, and then with the layup. I mean, he's looking good.
It's not like and the thing is, he's not fast, but he's shifty. He knows how to maneuver his body.
Luka's not fast. He's shifty. Like all those Euro players, like Manu Ginobili was not very fast.
But game speed, he can still get you.
Exactly. Like he knew it's more about angles with them and like taking weird, different ways that normal American players don't take to the rim. And that's what I see when I see Europeans play a lot. It's just they have weird angles that they can get to the rim, and they close in weird ways.
Most definitely, because I seen a couple of those. If you looked at the opener, a couple of those moves that Killian Hayes, he was just like, this weird contortion of the body, but he got it to work.
Right.
So we need more of it.
Well, not only is Killian Hayes the highlight matchup, we got to watch him versus Trae Young. Because of the quote-unquote injuries or rest, we're going to get a look at some of our other first-round rookie draft picks this week, too, or today.
Yeah, Blake is out, and Jahlil Okafor, there's no word on him yet.
Yeah, he's still questionable.
He's still questionable, so
we're going to be hurting in the big man spot.
I'm thinking there should be an Isaiah Stewart sighting tonight.
Yeah.
I mean,
he's got 0 minutes on the season so far.
2 DNPs, so we need to see some burn from him tonight, and hopefully, like I said, Seiko will be able to suit up tonight. Do
you think there's going to be a time when we have all 3 of our first-round draft picks on the court together tonight?
If there's 2 things, I don't think it will be, but it should be.
Yeah, why
to
not?
Let them learn together.
Right.
That's the biggest thing to it. I mean, if it's early on in the game, why not?
Get the reps.
For sure, and that's the biggest thing that we got to realize, and that's why I don't like how Coach Casey isn't letting Killian finish off the games, because he needs those reps.
Right.
Especially, that's a really discouraging moment when, as a rookie, you start the game but you can't finish the game.
Yeah, I don't know. Like I said, Casey addressed it. It's not like he was just randomly sitting him out. He has a plan.
For sure.
Early in the season, that wasn't the plan to get him those late minutes. Later in the season, it appears to be the plan. So, yes, I didn't love it, but at least Casey has a vision for what he wants to do and how he wants to manage these guys. It may not be exactly how we want it done, but that's why Casey gets paid and we get to sit up here. We get to watch and talk about it.
And talk and pretend like we know.
Armchair coaching.
It's a lot easier over here. I'll tell you that much. It's a lot easier saying, Killian Hayes should have played going down the stretch, and then instead of, oh shit, we're up by a lot in overtime, we're up by 9 with 1 minute left. Maybe I should keep my lineup in. I mean,
exactly. Now, I don't want to say that we should just be out here throwing games or anything like that. We still have a healthy starter in Jeremy Grant, who played, to me, exceptionally well last game.
Minus the way he ended that game, though.
Yeah, but
how do you get a shot clock violation with 5 seconds left in the game?
That was rough.
That was difficult. That was difficult, but you know what? This is basically a brand new team.
Right.
They're still learning each other, so it's going to take It's going to take some time for that chemistry to go ahead and click and grow. So I'm okay. I'm not okay with the shot clock violation, but I'm okay with them taking their bumps and their bruises early on.
Yeah, no, that's what we knew going into the season, and this is a season of hope. I don't care what the Pistons look like right now. I care what they look like at the end of the season. Yeah. That's really what am I seeing enough growth? Am I seeing enough out of them to where next year it's like, oh man, we're going to make some noise as a 6 seed. Then the next year it's like, holy shit, we're going to make some noise as a 4 seed. Then it's like, oh my God, we got that extra player in free agency. We're the #1 seed in the East.
Especially especially tonight. I mean, you look at it, we're missing Blake Griffin.
Yep.
We're missing D Rose. So we really need to see the young guys step up. And what better way to do it than to just throw them out there?
Throw them in the fire, man.
Yeah. And to be quite honest, I know that, you know, on the morning show, we seen where J.J. Watt talked about players being able to want to go ahead and go out and play. I would honestly not, even if Sekou and Okafor are okay, I would honestly want to just sit them for the night. Let them come back tomorrow. Let the young guys go out and get that burn.
Yeah, not Sekou. Sekou is the young guy to me.
Sekou,
to me, he should be included in these 3 rookies. Like, those 4 are our nucleus moving forward. We got to treat him similar to a rookie, even though he's not.
True, but Okafor, he needs to sit because we know he's had all the injuries. So I'm cool with him sitting. Sekou, the only reason I'll say sit him just for tonight is because I believe he's the future. And tomorrow, he's going to have a difficult task with Wiggins and Kelly Oubre because those are 2 athletic guys where I don't think there's anybody on our team outside of Sekou who can, Sekou and Jeremy Grant who can disrupt them with their length.
Right. So we talked a little bit about Isaiah Stewart, one of the rookies starting, and another rookie that should see extended run tonight because he's already getting minutes is Saddiq Bey.
I love Saddiq Bey.
Me too.
I just want to see him grow more. I want to see him on the court more and just be assertive like he is.
Physical. Be physical.
He has the build. We've talked about it. He has the build.
He needs to call Rick Mahorn. He needs to practice with Rick Mahorn. Get Bill Laimbeer on the line and be like, guys, what did you do back in? Like, show me the pull of the chair. Show me the little hip nudge.
Gotta play dirty on the court.
It's not dirty, baby. That's basketball.
Not dirty, but aggressive. Aggressive. That's a different word.
They need to play like Joey does on the court. Have you ever seen Joey play basketball?
I've heard the story.
Next level aggressiveness out of Joey.
I don't care. I'll break a bone if it's pickup ball. I don't care.
He fouls out in like exhibition games.
The word on the street is that you're a Michigan's Ginobili.
Yes,
that's exactly it. Look, bald spot to show. This is all genetics. That's my uncle.
Uncle Ginobili, baby. So yeah, I expect to see Saddiq Bey to kind of bully some people tonight. At least that's what I want to see out of Saddiq Bey tonight.
Hey, this the one thing the team has to do tonight is just be physical. Don't get punked. They're a young team, and just go out and just give it your all. And the main thing they need to do tonight is be assertive on both sides of the ball. Not just going ahead and jacking up shots, but play stingy defense.
Right.
Get up in somebody's grill.
Right.
You know what I loved in the beginning of the first game this season? The chemistry that we didn't even have it, but it somehow showed on the court. Like, we were doing nice plays.
Yep.
You saw good team chemistry going on. Like, that's what we need more of. I feel like last game we just started throwing up shots. And then once we really get behind, we started really throwing up the shots.
Yeah, we started relying on Derrick Rose to take everybody off the dribble, which is not a great offense to run.
We seen what hero ball did for the Pistons when we had Reggie Jackson.
Yep.
It does not translate to winning basketball. So
no, unless we got Russ here. Like, that's the only hero that I trust.
That could take over the game.
Yeah, just
exactly.
all right, just throw the ball to Russ, let him go nuts.
Right.
So only way I believe they're going to be able to have a chance to win this game is to really just share the ball.
Well, don't blow this yet, but now that you're bringing up what you think they need to do to win the game, let's get into your 3 points that need to win the game.
Well, you know what? That actually wasn't one of the points.
Oh, okay. Well then, I didn't want you.
I wasn't gonna give up all the juice just yet.
So let's go around the horn and we'll do our 3 takeaways for the game, or what the Pistons need to do to get the W tonight. Corey, let's start with you. Go ahead.
Honestly, we don't have our premier scorers or shot creators on the floor tonight, so get easy buckets. Do not settle for the 3. Last game, they were 22.9% from beyond the arc.
Wow.
That is unacceptable.
Yeah.
So just get easy buckets. If you know you don't have the 3, you know your shot not falling, go ahead and step in and get the easy 2. My second thing, protect the ball. They did a good job up until the late minutes of the game, the crucial moments. Even though he's not playing, I want to put it all on him. Derrick Rose had 2 crucial late turnovers.
I mean, you can put those turnovers on him. You were getting beat up by the center, and you got your pocket picked.
Not just any center.
Right, and the guy that used to play, you're like, it was like such a nightmare scenario for me.
I hate to say it, but Andre really came to play.
He did.
Especially the way he started the game horrible. Horrible. But then you end it, especially Andre. How are you going to make 4 free throws to end the game, but you couldn't make 1 for us in Detroit?
Well,
He got better.
Fair, he got better.
But he still wasn't good.
Still 4 for 4. That's
Right.
100% to end the game.
All right, what's your third takeaway or third point, Corey?
Play through Killian Hayes and Josh Jackson.
Oh, you love Josh Jackson.
I love him. But you know what? I really want to see them play through Killian. Just give him the ball. Let's see what he can go out and do. I hope, like I said, I talked earlier, I hope that he just plays more aggressive around the rim. And he's a big guy. Trae Young is a little frail. So I want to see him just get up in Trae's grill and bully him. Bully him.
That's
take
right.
him down.
Physical basketball.
Take him to the post.
Get him off his spot. That's what you got to do to good quarterbacks. That's what you got to do to good shooters. You get them off their spot. Joey, what are your 3 keys for the game today?
So Joey actually touched on this one. For me, it's just we got to limit the turnovers and just the mistakes. Killian Hayes, Jeremy Grant, they had a bunch, but I know they're learning mistakes, so we're going to get better as the season progresses on those ones. But the big one that I really want to see is just that Detroit hustle. We need to be diving on the balls and hustling on both ends of the court, and we did see it last game, but we need to see more of it.
Right.
And the most important one I got on my list is limit Mason Plumlee's fouls, especially tonight.
It's crazy how instrumental he is on our defense.
Yes, on both ends, honestly.
Yeah.
He fouled out in the second overtime last week, but especially if we don't have Jahlil Okafor, we're going to really need to rely on him tonight.
Well, that's why we keep 7 big men on the roster. Troy Weaver loves his big men, and this is why.
Big men.
This is why they wear down very easily.
So, with that being said, with all those fouls, do you really think that we see Isaiah Stewart tonight? I think we should.
I hope so. It's not a think, I hope.
Yeah.
I hope we do. Because I just want to see all of these guys get run. I want to know what we have.
Yeah.
That's what I want to know. I just want to find out this year what we have, because we know we're not going to win the ship this year. I mean, we're all fans here, but we're not stupid, right? They're going to be competitive, hopefully, by the end of the season, but that's going to take time and growth to get to that process. So as long as we get to see what we got for next year, that's a good season for me.
Hey, I just want to see these guys just take Joey's point. I just want to see these guys hustle.
Yep.
You always you preach it over and over. Defense is just effort. And even though we're a young team, you just gotta just give it your all out there. You just because that's how you find yourself up on the bench if you're not playing well.
Right.
I mean, if you're not even just playing well, if you're not even trying, that's how you find yourself up on the bench. So if any of you young guys get a shot tonight, and you're watching our show before you take the court, be aggressive, be assertive, and just play your heart out.
Dive on the ball.
I like that.
Take
That was a good
charges.
speech, Corey. You got me fired up.
Hey, I don't have my any given Sunday Al Pacino voice, but you know.
So my 3 keys to victory are tonight: don't let Trae be Trae.
Jeez.
Whatever you can do to stop Trae from shooting Traes, from being Trae, you do it. And
Less than or over 30 points tonight.
It's over. That's
The
easy.
only way you're gonna stop Trae from being Trae is to lock him in the team bus.
Then let's lock his ass in the team bus. If I got to drive down there right now and make this happen, I will.
I don't know if we'll get to Atlanta in time, but
I don't care. It's a 16-hour drive. I'll make it. But for real, if you can control Trae Young, nobody else on this roster even phases me. I'm not scared of anybody else on Atlanta. So I would guard him, double team him, triple team him, press him up the court, wear him down the entire game. Like you said, Killian Hayes is a bigger guy. Take his ass on the block every single time down the court and prove that the small man can't guard the big man.
Just bully him.
Bully ball, baby. That's what I love. That is my first key.
And one thing I've seen, Trae Young does not respond well to getting physical.
What little guy does? Besides Isaiah Thomas, honestly, what little guy ever responded with getting you harder?
Oh, you know what? I'll take that. Isaiah and AI. They both would take punishment. Outside of that,
See, but Trae's so quick off the first step that it's really tough to be aggressive against him.
Pow, one of those.
You got to.
Pow, right in the kisser.
Just
let him know.
Not looking, just give him a.
My second key to victory today: close the damn game. If you have the lead, step on their throat. It's that simple. You don't let up. You don't even let them get comfortable enough to take another shot. That's one thing we need is that killer instinct, that Killian instinct. Oh, I like that.
And that's the one thing that drove me crazy the last game. It was in the last 2 games, actually. It's that once we got a lead, we got comfortable.
Right. That's young.
Yeah, and that's young, but it's gonna get old. Because the thing is, it's going to become a habit if they keep doing it.
Right.
And it's a bad habit.
It's a horrible habit.
So after a while, we know where they're taking their bumps, but after a while, they just have to go ahead and hey, we got to tighten this up.
In a street fight and in basketball, when you're beating somebody, never let them off the ground.
Never.
Only bad things can happen when they get off the ground. So let that be a lesson to anybody who gets in a street fight. And my third key to the game, which I think you guys will enjoy, have fun. This is a learning experience.
Yeah.
We all know this. You saw it a little last game where they got a little uptight. Don't be uptight. You're not playing. There's not a ton riding on this early part of the season.
Right.
Have fun. Play your game. Play the right way, like Larry Brown always used to say, but have fun. And I think when you have fun, not only in Woodward sports or life, but on a field together, you do better. On a court together, you do better. So have fun.
Hey, I don't think I done add on that.
Perfect.
I tried to think of something, but
What do you got, Alex? You got something to add?
Can intern Alex get a key to the game?
Yeah, give me one key to the game. Interns get one key.
Free throws.
Uh-huh.
So Wednesday in Minnesota, they gave up about 28 free throws, and Saturday in Cleveland, they gave up 26 free throws. And it goes both ways. They need to get to the free throw line themselves.
Yep.
In Minnesota, they got to the line for 8 shots, and when they played Cleveland, it was a little better. They got 26 shots. So with a team like this, when the three-point shot isn't going to fall for them every night, they need to do themselves some favors and get to the free throw line and help out their subpar defense and not let Atlanta get to the line over and over again.
That's a way to slow down the game too, so Atlanta doesn't get on the run.
Right.
But that goes back to playing physical, taking the ball to the rim, getting those fouls, drawing those fouls. So
I want to see Killian doing more of that too. If Killian could be driving and getting to the free throw line, that'd be a good sign because you see it with Jeremy Grant. He got really strong drive game.
Right. Well, we got about 2 more minutes, so I want to get into your predictions of the game. The Pistons, they're plus 10.5 for the game, so they're kind of a big underdog.
Wow.
And the over-under is 223 points and a half. Joey, do you think the Pistons can cover, win, or over-under? What you got?
I'm gonna take Pistons winning, and I'm also gonna go under on that point spread.
Okay.
I'm gonna go maybe 101 for the Pistons and 90-95.
Wow. Oh, the Hawks are the second highest scoring team in the league. All right.
Killian ain't dropping that.
Trae's not gonna get it done?
He's not dropping that 36.5 that he's averaging right now.
All right. What about you, Corey? What you got? What's your prediction? Hurry up. We got 1 minute.
I'm just flabbergasted, but I'm gonna go Hawks. I'm gonna go over. I don't have an exact number, but one thing that just totally slipped my mind, Bogdan.
Yeah.
I don't know how they're going to stop both of those guys from launching in the backcourt. So I'm going to take the Hawks, and unfortunately, going to take the Hawks.
Well, let Bogan shoot as much as he wants. As long as it's not Trae Young, I don't give a shit who shoots on that team. My prediction tonight, the Pistons are going to get their first win of the season.
Yeah.
Okay.
They will secure the victory in the fourth quarter. Opposite, they're going to come back and win, and we're going to get some good vibes going in Detroit.
Over under.
Over under, I'm going to go over just because of high scoring.
Yeah.
The Hawks are high scoring. We're going to have to outscore them to beat them. We can't take them on the defensive end. So the game's about to tip off. Enjoy the Pistons versus the Atlanta Hawks. Thanks for tuning in to the Woodward Sports pregame show. We are out. Enjoy the game.